So it appears that LeafyIsHere has found a new home over on Storyfire, which is basically a smaller, growing though, competitor to YouTube. If you don't know what's happened over the last few days, there's been a lot of, I guess, uproar against YouTube and against just generally people who are anti-free speech and like for deplatforming and whatnot, because historic commentary YouTuber LeafyIsHere was terminated from YouTube just a few nights ago. We're talking about basically one of the people who helped really popularize the commentary genre on YouTube. And, you know, he's been historically called a cyberbully and whatnot for a lot of the content that he's made. But as of right now, it seems that, you know, he's not going to be coming back to YouTube. I mean, the potential is always there that they do, I guess, reverse the decision or whatever. It seems that he's tried to reach out to them on Twitter to see if this will happen. So I guess we'll have to just kind of wait and see. But as of right now, it looks like Leafy has found himself at least somewhere to go temporarily, if anything. So if you don't know what Storyfire is, you can actually follow me over on Storyfire as well. I'm verified, Optimus. Basically, it's pretty much just like YouTube in a lot of ways. I mean, people can upload videos over there once they get verified for uploading. It's almost like YouTube, Twitter, and a writing website all mixed together. Like I said, there's videos over there and whatnot. A lot of creators have already kind of jumped on there and started uploading there, but it also has like a social feed kind of like Twitter that you can use, except people don't really... It's a little bit more open and free, I guess, is the best way to put it. For instance, you won't get banned for saying very minute things over there, and there's like a part of the website where you can write stories and whatnot and publish them and people can read them. Honestly, it's a very cool concept and I like Storyfire, even though I don't use it as much right now because I'm trying to focus on YouTube. But a lot of creators, including myself, have made Storyfire accounts since like early July. Storyfire honestly has kind of been on this big tear. I mean, pretty much everyone it seems like has Storyfire at this point in the commentary community, and it's gotten to the point that it's pretty much amassing a massive amount of creators, right? I mean, people on YouTube are also creating Storyfire accounts because it's a lot more free, pretty much, than a lot of these sites that we already use. You can get away with a lot more, I guess is a good way to put it. And I mean, when you look at the commentary community, like, we've pretty much been under attack, it seems like, all year. I mean, it's been pretty rough. Leafy is not the only commentary creator who has seen, like, an adverse reaction or motion taken against them by YouTube. I mean, we've seen so many commentary YouTubers have had their channels this year fully demonetized without reason, just randomly, overturning the decisions that YouTube had already made that allowed those videos to be monetized. We've seen people get their channels trolled with copyright until they were taken down. All kinds of just crazy and insane things have been happening to the commentary community on YouTube this year. So it's been a pretty big transition to Storyfire for a lot of people. Now, most people aren't using Storyfire exclusively, but it's an awesome supplement to YouTube in all reality because, you know, with a channel like mine, I've always kind of feared that eventually I will be deplatformed off YouTube because, I mean, sure, I'm not as controversial or maybe as harsh, I guess, as Leafy was, but I mean, at the end of the day, YouTube has been kind of trending towards this super PC, super clean, no criticism, don't say anything bad about anybody, don't have the wrong opinion kind of, I guess, stratosphere that just kind of sits over all of our heads now. And it seems like that stratosphere is getting closer to the ground that we live on every single day. YouTube is always making, just ridiculous policies, right? That get to the point where, you know, the lines are blurred between things. Criticism has now become bullying. It's now become harassment. But of course, like I said in my last video about this subject, you know, Leafy gets banned for doing this kind of stuff, but you know, the beauty community literally has tried to make fucking hit pieces about one another, has literally tried to deplatform one another with fake allegations, literally have tried to ruin each other's careers over millions of dollars in makeup money and merch stores or whatever you want to call them. I don't know at this point, man. It's just ridiculous what they're getting away with, and that's completely okay. That's been fine. That's been acceptable. No one has cared about that. So the commentary community has seen a pretty big hit this year, and Storyfire has been there. Now, Storyfire has also been criticized a lot, which I think is definitely, I guess, it's okay, right? Like, it makes sense, because a lot of people want to go to Storyfire to upload video, but the problem is, Storyfire is still so small, and the servers are still so small, and they really don't have enough of a moderation team to kind of keep the platform, I guess, to the standards that they want. So only certain people can upload right now. People who get verified to upload, usually bigger YouTubers at this point, they're the ones getting verified to upload. So a lot of smaller creators or people who are just now trying to start to make videos, they're basically abandoning Storyfire and turning away from it because they're not getting verified to upload. But I mean, it makes sense why they can't yet, considering all the facts. I mean, you know, if you gave everyone the right to upload on Storyfire right now, the whole site would just be flooded with like probably porn and like really hateful, honestly hateful content, just copyrighted material left and right. People would probably be uploading like full episodes of like Dragon Ball and SpongeBob and Naruto and how it's made. They'd just be uploading all this copyrighted content, and Storyfire would be overwhelmed probably with takedown requests. They might even get sued or something like that, I don't know. And it would be pretty harsh, right? So it makes sense why a lot of people still can't upload on Storyfire. But I mean, as time goes on, I expect with the website growing the way that it is, Storyfire will likely start to allow more and more people to gradually upload their videos and whatnot, so we'll kind of see how that whole thing goes. But I mean, as a viewer, I think Storyfire is still a very good website, and I think a lot of people probably would enjoy it if they gave it more time. I know that the website is sometimes not as responsive as people want it to be. Once again, small company, I can understand. But I mean, you gotta think, you know, even with like some of the small functionality issues, I mean, Storyfire is pretty much just as usable, if not more usable than YouTube. I mean, fuck, YouTube can't send your notifications out properly. Storyfire has no problem doing that. YouTube, you get unsubscribed from your favorite creators all the time. You don't have that issue on Storyfire. Seems like every other week at this point, YouTube breaks and goes down completely globally for like 40 minutes. I haven't seen that happen on Storyfire yet. Like, it's weird, you know what I'm saying? How, well, of course, the size discrepancy is clearly there, but like, Storyfire functionally works better than YouTube a lot of the time. But enough of me stroking off Storyfire and whatnot, you know, I'm not sponsored by them, I promise. I'd be legally, I guess, required to disclose that if I was, but I guess the question can be asked, is Leafy going to do well on Storyfire? Will he actually continue to upload videos over there? Now, Leafy said that he was back to enjoying making videos. I mean, obviously he took a huge hiatus for years. He came back pretty slowly and gradually, but he said that he was getting back into the, I guess, the feeling of making videos. And I gotta tell you, because, I mean, I'm a YouTuber, right? You do have to be, I guess, in a certain mentality and mood to make videos. It's hard to actually make videos when you're not feeling it, because people seem to think that, like, once you become a big YouTuber, right, that it doesn't matter about making content that you want to anymore. It doesn't matter about making videos that you enjoy. You just push shit out for the sake of it being out, and you feel nothing and acquire money. That's not the case at all. I mean, there's days where I feel like I don't want to upload or make any videos, and I just don't, because I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? But with him being back, I guess, in the groove of making videos and whatnot, I think that he probably will continue. Now, I mean, even if he never gets back on YouTube, I mean, Storyfire is still pretty viable to make videos on, to be honest. The user base is a little bit smaller, but I mean, as all these big creators are kind of creating accounts and uploading their videos there, I think that it gives Storyfire a pretty unique opportunity to grow, especially considering the difference between like Storyfire and other YouTube alternatives out there like BitChute. I mean, people have told me countless times, like, oh, bro, you need to get on BitChute. You need to get on insert random website. Bro, it's so sweet over there. You could say or do it. No, I don't like that, okay? The thing with Storyfire that I think makes it better is it has a lot of the best elements of, like, Twitter and YouTube, but it doesn't have as much of the bullshit, at least yet. When you go on to a lot of these other YouTube alternatives, sometimes they don't let you upload HD video. Sometimes the websites don't really work correctly. And at the end of the day, you want to upload your videos so people see them, and people will actually be able to see your videos on Storyfire compared to other websites. So, I mean, it is a better place for someone like Leafy to go. It already has an established name. A lot of creators who are big are actually starting to use it. And at the end of the day, with a name like LeafyIsHere joining the website, that just means a lot more users are going to go, especially if he can never come back to YouTube, right? If they terminate his second channel and they basically hunt him down, kind of like how Drama Alert was constantly kicked off the website for a long time. That would give Storyfire and Leafy a unique relationship, I think, where a lot of Leafy's supporters would go to watch his videos, pretty much even exclusively only using the website to watch Leafy. So, I mean, I think that it's a good opportunity, and I think that it really is going to be something to kind of watch and see, because he's already kind of blowing up on the website. He's one of the biggest creators already, which, to be fair, it's not the hardest task on planet Earth. I'm the 7th most subscribed creator on Storyfire as of me making this video, and I've pretty much only mentioned it like once or twice. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see what happens. There is a chance that Leafy does get reinstated on YouTube. There's a chance that he'll never come back. If I had to bet my money, I don't think YouTube's necessarily gonna be like, oh yeah, welcome back, you know, because in all reality, LeafyIsHere has kind of been, I guess, a thorn in the side of YouTube for a long time, as cringy as that kind of sounds to say, but YouTube does not like Leafy. YouTube does not like creators like Leafy. and there have been a lot of policies created specifically to counteract Leafy's videos themselves. If I had to compare YouTubers to the amount of times that they've gotten a policy created on YouTube's, roster of rules or whatever, their terms and services, their community guidelines and whatnot, Leafy would basically be like the Michael Jordan of getting rules created about themselves, right? I mean, when you look at the harassment guidelines and the cyberbullying guidelines, they literally give examples that are like cut straight out of a Leafy video, at least like an older 2016-esque YouTube video from Leafy. So, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people are counting on him to come back to YouTube and whatnot, but I don't know if it's going to really happen, especially given how YouTube has kind of changed over the years. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, seeing what Leafy's up to on Storyfire, and signing out.